I want to talk about Kendrick Lamar, right? Because I've been very vocal about me not liking Kendrick Lamar's music. And you know, people tell me all the time, yo, you got to listen to his fucking album. Give him a chance. Finally, I listened to Damn. And by the way, I'm not a fan of Humble either, but I felt like Humble was one of those records that they just shoved in your fucking face. They just raped you with the song until you liked it. I think the beat is very amateur. I think the hook's incredible. I think the visuals are incredible as well. And because of that and the force feeding of the song, and I know people have an argument to that. Well, nigga, it's on YouTube. You don't have to press play. But the point is I eventually grew to the song. Finally, I listened to the album and I thought it was fantastic. But there's Peter Rosenberg, and everybody know Peter Rosenberg is a huge fan of Kendrick Lamar. Let's hear what Peter Rosenberg had to say after he listened to that album.
Not only is Kendrick easily in your top 10 of all time and pushing towards top 5 of all time for greatest rappers, I believe, in my opinion, and I wanted to say it last album, but I didn't want people to yell at me, and I'm a human person with flaws and sensitivities as well. Kendrick's the best rapper who's ever lived. There's not a person who can rap on planet Earth better than Kendrick Lamar. Eminem can rap as well. Nas can rap as well. Whoa. Big Pun is right around there as well. But I don't believe anyone can rap better than Kendrick Lamar. Now that doesn't make him the greatest. Hove to me is still the greatest overall in terms of the big picture, the body of work, the money, the business ventures, the swag.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is clearly a work.
However, I believe that when it comes to rapping, you tell me who you can be like, oh, without a doubt, so-and-so's better. Oh, without a doubt. And I would go, well, how? I just keep listening to these albums. I was listening last night. He does things with his use of words, his voice, his cadences that
different characters.
Ebro, we're not even mentioning the content. We're not even mentioning the fact that when this guy has an opportunity to get richer, which he does, and to have more money, and don't think he doesn't have the ear for making hits. He does. He consciously chooses to continue to make music that true hip-hop heads will be proud of.
Listen, I want to say one thing before we dive into that. Devine, we have 10 minutes. Okay. I'm putting that out there because I know Devine's gonna go ham on this shit. All right, we got 10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, listen. I love the Damn album. If I had to rate that shit out of 10, I'm gonna give it. I remember I was telling you about the songs that I wasn't feeling too much like that. He has this record called Love, and then he has this record called God. Okay, and I can listen to those songs. They're good songs, but I think to me, those songs prevent it from being like a 10 out of 10. So because of those two things, I would give it a strong 9.
Okay.
What do you give it out of 10 before we get into that?
I haven't listened to the entire album.
Okay.
I've listened to probably about 70% of it. I'm going to give the album, so far from what I've heard.
No.
No? Okay.
Is that fair that you can rate an album and you haven't heard it yet?
You want to know why? Because I'm basing it off of my expectations and what I already know.
Okay, all right. Then tell me what you think out of 10, and then we'll revisit
for now, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay.
And the reason being is because I'm comparing it to his last two albums, last two full length, like To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City, I don't think any of his albums could really test that album.
Is it that good?
Because like I said before, it's a story, bro. Like, it's a story from top to finish. He has his parents on there talking, and he has TDE. He has his whole crew in there, and it's a storyline, man. Like, to the point where you can hear the doors closing in the car and hear them speeding away from cops.
It's like a production. It's like a motion picture.
Yeah, it's well produced. It's almost like you can smell the grass that they're walking on. Wow. And that's why I like this.
That's a pretty big statement.
It is, man. Like, I'm telling you, you got to take it in.
So I don't mean to interrupt you, but I also don't want to get away from what Peter Rosenberg just
I was just going to touch on
that. Do you think that he is literally the best rapper ever?
No, I don't think he's the best rapper ever. I think he's one of the best out there right now, really pushing it. You know, that's actually staying in his lane and really staying true to his craft. I think that he's not really trying to, push away from what people expect from him. Because when you think about Kendrick Lamar, he has to live up to people's expectations
Absolutely.
as being a lyricist and coming out with those, you know, to really gravitate to his audience and be innovative. And he's not really taking anything away from that. Even when he does a song with Taylor Swift, he still goes in hard.
He's still,
you know, he's still an
himself.
MC. He's not doing that bubblegum bullshit on the hook when he's on it. You know, he's really giving the audience what they expect. That true Kendrick Lamar fire.
So,
and that's why I respect him as an artist.
But why do you say he's not the best? First, why do you say he's not the best? I'll tell you why. Then I want to know what you think.
Okay.
I'll say he's not the best because Nas exists, because Mos Def exists. Okay, and those are just to name a few. Okay?
And I respect that, but just to chime in on that,
of course,
for you to and this is the thing, and I think as people that follow hip hop or just music in general, we can't keep making these lists saying you're the best MC ever, because there's two different lanes now. So the best list for me from a certain time period to a time period will vary depending on the centuries.
right?
So for me, Kendrick might be in my top 5 for the new century, but not for the century before.
So Rosenberg said he's the best
Of all time.
of all time.
See, for me, no, he's not the best of all time. Like, if you were going to
Who
say...
would you put over him?
I would put Nas or Rakim over him.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would
Okay.
even put a Ghostface Killah up
Do you
there.
think absolutely? Yes. How the fuck can I forget Ghostface? Do you
Yeah.
think that Kendrick over time, the right consistent body of work? I'm not talking about business moves. I'm not talking about
Endorsements
successful.
and any of
None
that
of that. I'm
bullshit.
talking about music.
Music.
Okay, music. Do you think in time Kendrick has the opportunity to do that?
I absolutely do, man. I think what he really needs to do is just stay focused on what his audience needs from him. Because right now, hip-hop's really taking a turn for the worst. Not necessarily a turn for the worst.
Nigga, I agree.
No. But what I'm saying is because like music in general always goes in swirls. Like we always have commercial music coming in and hopping in and out because radio has to survive, right? So in order for music to survive, it has to have different lanes. Commercial music.
That's true.
Radio stations have
true.
to survive based on bubblegum shit that they have
They
to play.
need to generate that
Yeah.
income back into the industry.
Of course,
so you
and they need
that commercial.
They need
shit.
that content, and I have to respect that, but I don't have to listen to it.
Absolutely. We
So,
got choices.
back to Kendrick Lamar, he has the ability to be one of the best ever, but he'll never be my number one. He probably won't be a lot of people's number one. Maybe to the new generation, that will be their number one. But I think he just needs to remain consistent and stay focused on his craft and keep putting out the music he's doing and not let other people influence him to use different producers.
Who in the new generation is topping Kendrick Lamar musically? To me, who comes to mind? I'd have to say J. Cole.
I was going to say the exact same name.
I'd have to say J. Cole.
I would say J. Cole and Kendrick are on par with that right now. And I think a lot of people really put those two to a similar contest.
I would definitely have them in the same conversation.
I would, and the reason why is because they're doing similar music on a sociological and political standpoint. They're doing similar music, but their music style is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that probably because they're from different
areas and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
he's from
Absolutely.
Compton and J. Cole is from fucking.
He's from North Carolina.
He's from North Carolina, but
Yeah.
bases himself out in New York.
New York and shit.
Right?
you
So,
get
I
that
mean,
texture in his music.
yeah, he has different texture, and Kendrick Lamar is over on Dre's camp, and you got J. Cole on Live Nation.
Yeah.
He's over with
Yes,
Jay.
yes.
He's on Rock Nation with Jay.
Yes.
Right? So there's two different musical influences. J. Cole has more of that New York sound, and he crosses over to some of the fucking the South shit, right? And he does a lot of his own production.
J. Cole.
J. Cole
I know,
does
that's
a
crazy.
lot of his
Yeah, I
production
know. I
on his
think a lot
tour
of people
bus.
get him, like,
he does a lot of his production on his tour bus and calls his man over like, yo, you got to listen to this shit.
Yeah.
Throw some keys on
I don't think people give him the credit for that. Man.
J.
He
Cole does
a lot of that
yeah,
shit.
he does a lot of it. But then you got Kendrick Lamar, who has his in-house producers like TDE, Top Dog. You know what I mean? So you got two different flavors. You got chocolate and you got strawberry. But it's up to the people and the consumer to decide on who is their champ.
Duckworth. People, I seen on my Twitter, people were saying Duckworth is literally one of the greatest hip hop stories of all time. I seen that. I thought it is an incredible fucking song as far as the story is concerned, and it's fact. So I thought the way he did it was amazing. I thought the production was amazing. everything, top to bottom. However, I can't be aware of hip hop and listen to so much music and say that's the best without having to mention Biggie Smalls' "Give Me the Loot." You know what I mean? I think that, although "Give Me the Loot" is obviously, it's not real, but I would have to put that right up there as well. What's your thoughts on that?
I wasn't really a big fan of "Give Me the Loot" to begin with, but
you're fired.
I got to be honest, man. Like that wasn't one of the songs that actually touched me, man. "Ready to Die" was a well fucking put together album, but "Give Me the Loot" was not one of them.
Okay. We got Duckworth. Is there any hip hop song out there that you would rival that to as far as the story's concerned?
There's a lot of them, man.
Name one if you can. For you guys out there as well listening, man, leave it in the comments. Duckworth is the last song on Kendrick Lamar's Damn album. It's being considered one of the greatest hip-hop stories ever told. I disagree. I think it's fantastic, but what you guys think definitely matters more than what we think. So I want to know what you guys have to say in the comments. Devine, what do you think?
Man, like, I was a fan of the song. I thought the song was amazing, but I don't think it was the best song that's told a story. Like, there's Slick Rick. There's Nas.
Fuck, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think. You gotta think of the best storytellers out there in hip hop.
Yeah.
And not saying Kendrick, not taking anything away from him, but he's not gonna take anything away from a Slick Rick, man. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say, like, have you ever listened to Children's Story? Have you ever really taken that in?
I've listened to it, of course, but not taken it in. So you would put that over Duckworth then?
Because that's from my time, man. And I'm just proving a point,
and that's fine.
I'm just proving a point.
I'm just proving
a point, man. Like, people rate Kendrick as one of the best. Yeah, he's amazing, but there's a lot of artists out there that can hold a candle to Kendrick. It's just they're not out there. They're not shining like Kendrick right now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
No disrespect to Kendrick Lamar. Again, he's fucking amazing.
And the album's incredible too. But like we always say, man, music is a matter of opinion. You know what I'm saying? My favorite artist could be somebody you never heard before.
That's true.
People's favorite artist is Lil fucking Yachty somehow.
One of my favorite artists is Odyssey, and y'all motherfuckers probably never
you were telling me
Odyssey.
Yo,
telling you.
Check Odyssey. I got
Odyssey,
do the same thing.
The Iceberg, the new album. I'm going to see him on May 27th, Adelaide Hall. You got to check that shit out, man.